I woke up and it was really dark, and so I cast dark vision because that seemed like a good idea. And then I could see that I was in a room where all the doors were sealed, and there was no air, and I was all alone. And I thought it would be a good idea to open the door. And since I don't have magic and I'm not good at locks, and the doors were sealed, I shot it with the really loud longbow that I got. And now I can't hear, and it's still dark, and I'm still alone.
That was Din's perspective. What about the rest of the party?
Hurbeck found himself in a room with Arian, Din's wolf, and Tabarin. Behind a sealed door, and while looking for a mechanism to open it, the door opened itself. Or looked like it opened itself. It was in fact Brieg who'd opened the door, which was great, because we were reunited with everyone but Din, who's still missing. The first obstacle we found on our way searching this dungeon was a bit of a pit. Nothing much. Just, a bit of a climb down, a bit of a climb back up. But in the bottom of the pit was a colourful, shimmering stone that I felt compelled to touch. No one else could see it. They were in such a hurry and trying to rush me along. When I reached out to take it with me to investigate on our way, flames appeared in the pit. And then my old mentor at the monastery appeared and reminded me that I'm not good enough. He vanished, replaced by... I can't even bring myself to say. Replaced by an old companion who I failed. And then he was replaced by... I'm forgetting the name. What's the name of this dwarven deity? Totally lost on the name.
Start with a B?
It was... Oh,
No.
my notes are terrible too. Wow. Character destroyed. Moment lost.
Golden beard. No.
Yeah, I don't have it. He was replaced by my patron deity. The one who had this beard before I did. Who at first seemed to think it presumptuous that I would think that I could replace him. And then chastised me for not believing in myself, which has left me quite confused. I don't know what to do. Of course I don't believe in myself. This isn't something that I've earned through my actions, certainly. And it's not something that I am probably the best candidate for. And he said that everyone else believes in me, why don't you? Believes in you, why don't you? And they don't know. They don't know.
Well, after that, the party continued onwards and found another room with a large pillar in it and a sphere on top. Tabarin eventually, after realizing there was no way out of the room, touched the sphere, and upon touching the sphere, a couple of things happened. First, he noticed that the tattoos on his hand The tattoos that just innately attune him to the magics around him are missing. They're gone. They don't exist. Second thing that happened was magic shimmered all around them, and they found themselves standing on craggy, rough, black-looking ice crystal stuff. Several of the party members fell over, including Gargintius, and the crystalline surface they were standing on cracked under his weight. And the party is now trying to deal with that. So Tabron, the party's been acting to try and avert disaster. What's going on with you?
Tabron almost just turns pale, and this look of shock just comes over him as he's looking at his hand. And Tabron attempts just something very minor to cast Mage Hand, hoping that it works.
You feel no connection to the energies that would normally be omnipresent around you. The urgency of the situation sort of dulled the fact that that was missing, but you don't seem to have any magic at all.
This can't be. No. What's... Well, I'm useless. I can't do anything.
Tabron, just spread yourself out. Cover as much surface area as you can.
Harbeck
That's not the time I want to hear that, Tabron.
carefully settles his weight back onto the ice and bends down and licks it.
No.
That didn't taste right.
Oh.
This is actually a skill that Harbeck has. It's one of their class features of being an artificer. Roll me.
No!
Okay.
Oh boy.
You don't recognize whatever it is, but you will get to roll a saving throw, and you have advantage. It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Let's do this. That might be why this was set up to have advantage before. When I rolled that other con save. It might have been from something like this.
I don't think it was for licking a floor, Harbeck. I think this is the first time Harbeck has ever licked a floor.
Well, maybe not the first time.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Maybe the first time he's done it sober.
22.
Nice.
Harbeck. It tastes foul. Definitely not water. And it sort of sticks to your tongue a little bit. And you can feel whatever it is coursing through you. Like you have this innate connection to your body as a monk and an artificer. And you realize that there's definitely something not great about this, whatever this is that you're standing on. You also get the sense that whatever it is some kind of paralytic.
Did you just lick the floor?
It's not water, first of all. Second of all, don't eat it. It will paralyze you. Thirdly,
I am
we probably shouldn't try to swim our way out.
I told you it was
Gargantius. As you're lying on the floor and sort of staring at the ice around you and the cracks as they slowly get bigger, you see floating in the darkness below the surface of the ice a small round sphere.
Harbeck.
Is it? I don't want to tell you guys this, but there's something underneath the ice, and I think it's the orb that Flick touched. I don't know if you can see it. It's right in front of my face when I'm on the floor.
Can we see it?
You can't see it, no.
Harbeck, I'm
Yes.
afraid that the ice under Gargantius is going to go. Do you think you should pull him off of where it's cracked with that rope there?
Perhaps that seems a good idea.
Gargantius,
Is this tied around him?
Yeah, I mage-handed it around him and then tossed you the end because I figured you would be much better to stop him from sinking than the
Whatever you're gonna do,
43,000
fast.
gnome.
All right.
Wait, isn't the orb there? You said there was an orb. I don't see it.
Don't have any exposed skin on the ice. I'm going to slide you a bit off that cracked portion, and I don't want the
I
sliding
have
to cut
gloves
you
on.
off.
It's okay.
All right, then I'll give a tug on this rope.
Gargantius, you are our only way out of this room. I have lost my magic. You said you saw a sphere. None of us can see it.
But
You
it's-
need
it's-
to... No, stop it. Grow up. It's water.
No, it's not water.
You're gonna
You
be
just said it
fine.
wasn't water.
Breathe. Shut your
Definitely
face.
don't open your
Stop.
mouth when you stick your head
The
in to
only
get
way
that
out here is that
sphere.
orb.
Are you
If
about
we're
to
gonna
suggest
survive,
that you touched the
we need to
invisible
get
orb?
that
The
sphere.
last orb is what did this to us, you remember. Do you have some reason to suspect that that's going to do anything other than terrible things?
You know what? Quite frankly, I don't care because everything I have, my future, everything, magic gone, I'm useless in every other way. If we're gonna die by this cracking and we can't get out, we might as well use what's available to us that does something. Gargantius is obviously afraid of something. I've lost everything I have, and I can't do a dang thing right now. But he can.
Tavern's in YOLO mode. Maybe he wants to go swim in the scary dark water below us. Crack,
Sure, if I could
crack.
see it and touch it, but we already know that I can't see it.
Oh god, no.
Gargantius. Here's
They're
what you're
getting
going
in
to
your
do.
head.
Lay down. Position most of your body away from the crack. And then reach one arm through the crack to touch the orb.
Oh god.
I've got this rope on you. If the ice starts to go, I will pull you over it and we'll both sink, and that will be great. I mean, I'll pull you over
Alright,
and you'll be
so
totally
I
safe.
will-
Totally safe.
So, alright.
Tabarin,
I'm
inspire
gonna-
everybody.
That was such an inspiring speech about
So,
how useless he is
I'm
now.
gonna put my
I feel like I
hand-
have extra
I
hit
refuse to
points.
accept those temporary hit points.
I'm gonna put my
not
hand
inspired.
over where the orb is, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna prepare to, basically push down through the ice and pick the orb up, like that kind of deal.
As quickly as you can.
Yeah, as quickly as I can, but with as much force as I can, so I can break through the ice. Let's see.
Okay,
I think
I'm gonna
that's
need a
unarmed.
unskilled strength check for you, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible.
You slap the ice, but don't manage to penetrate through, and the cracks around you start to spread and spiderweb across most of the room.
Oh, I'm gonna drown.
I'm going to slide him a little bit further away from the center of that spider web with the rope.
Gargantius, that is our only option.
And then
You can do
instead of
this.
using a closed hand, I use
I can't
an
do
open hand. I
this.
use a closed hand, and I punch the ice.
I'm just going to slowly scoot away. This is a terrible plan.
One hand on the rope,
This
one
is
hand
a
on the
terrible
wall.
plan. I keep saying this is a terrible plan over and over again, and I punch again. I keep saying it. I'm just repeating. This is
first
a
one was
terrible
enough.
plan. Oh, okay.
The first one was enough. Gargintius strikes the ice with a closed fist, and as he does, there's a shattering sound, and the entire ice patch underneath Gargintius just shatters, and he slips below the surface into the dark.
Pulling on the rope.
So,
Okay.
I'm in the water, not water, the muck now.
You certainly are. Time freezes for a moment, and something happens, but I'm not going to reveal that on the stream right now. That is going to be disclosed later, and Gargintius can deal with that in his own time later on, because that's a personal thing. But in a fraction of a second, Gargintius, that's all the time that passes. Harbeck, you give an almighty heave on the rope, and you pull Gargintius out of the stone tile floor. The ice is gone.
Oh, that was a horrible plan.
You did it. You've done it.
Gargintius. And I reach out to him with my dominant hand, my right hand, just to look, as I'm putting a hand on him to reassure him and see if the tattoo is back.
It is not. It is gone.
Gargintius, you did it.
Yes.
I told you could, and you did.
That was almost not worth it.
In the center of the room where the sphere was sitting on top of the pillar, you see the monolithic part of the pillar remains, as does the little bit that was holding up the sphere on top of the pillar. On closer inspection, the thing on top of the monolithic part of the pillar is a button. And it's clearly a button, it's clearly a mechanism. And I'm going to leave you guys there for just a moment, while I head over and see how Din's handling her situation. You're muted.
Din is great. Din is
great.
Din has her pack between her legs, like this. And she's pulled out her flute and thought about playing it for a minute and then remembered that she couldn't hear. So she's just sort of rubbing it like it's maybe good, will save her somehow, because it's very comforting to have a flute. That's a good thing. Flutes are good. I like flutes.
Okay.
And that's all.
Sitting in a corner of the room. Din, you feel yourself getting, just before we go, you feel yourself starting to get a little lightheaded, a little dizzy, a little spaced out. And I'll let you think on that for a moment. Back to the rest of the party. So you're in the room. There's a button.
Yep. Harbeck doesn't notice the button, or doesn't care about the button, and sees that Brieg is breaking, and runs over to try to unbreak Brieg. Oh, you're right, lad.
Yes?
Was that a question?
Yes?
Okay.
I'm
That's a bit scary.
I'm still here.
Do you need something to drink?
No?
I have.
No.
I have another dose. Of.
Well, as far as that goes, I think we might all be better off if he showed up, for a bit at least, but he's not coming. So I am just going to. I will be okay. I'll be alright.
Good. So they're going to mess with your head. They've done it to me. My head is very messed with. This one was for a Gargantius, it appears. Maybe a bit of Tabarin too. They both seem a bit shaken. And you let me know if there's anything I can do for you when it's your turn. You'll let me know?
Right. Right. Emrig stands up and mage hands the button and turns around to what he assumes is about to be an open door.
The door slides open, revealing a corridor beyond.
Huh?
Gargantius, are you ready? Din needs
I
us.
just hope. Alright, let's hope that she already had her fear thing happen so we don't have to deal with that. Oh.
I suspect that her being alone is part of it, at least.
Oh.
Where you
Well,
go?
let's
I
try
also
and
died.
end that as fast as possible.
I just put Wolf in the wall and he
I want.
disappeared.
Oh.
I will bring him back for you in just a moment. I'm just doing a thing where
I just reached
That's
the
cool.
end of. Oh, there's more map. I just have to side scroll.
Tabarin.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you with us?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right.
Dead!
So I see another door here. Is it a door?
it is in fact a door, yes. There is no gap above or below it or to either side of it, and there doesn't appear to be any kind of mechanism that controls it.
There's another door over here.
I found Wolf. I found where he fell through the wall.
Okay, good. Sorry, I hadn't
I'm
gotten
gonna
around to
pound
that
on the
yet.
door. Pound on the door and call out for Din.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
Den, we're coming for you. Just hold tight.
I assume that there is no
How do we
response
know
because
Din's
it
in
is still
there?
death.
We don't know she's
no
in there,
response.
but we don't know that she's not either.
Any switches by this door?
No switches.
I think I can see something through the slit.
If that's
There's
Din's
no
door,
slit.
Probably
it's
not
gonna swing.
intentional.
What?
Oh, I mean,
Is
there's a shadow
that?
thing, so it's probably not intentional.
What is this?
I don't see what you're talking about.
Some caved-in rubble from the roof. As you head into this part, it seems to be in worse repair. There is a bunch of basically huge chunks of earth that have fallen down and piled themselves up against that wall.
Is this another pillar?
It is, yes. There is a sphere on top of it as well, same markings.
And this door, I assume that there is no anything. No switches.
There is a switch.
Oh. I'm gonna hit the switch.
Okay. As you hit the switch, the door slides open.
Din?
There's water in there.
Din?
Pool of sorts.
Yes, I see it. Din? Are you in here?
The water, you said? Oh no. Not again.
In the center of
Just
the room,
leave
you
the
see
room.
a large pool with a swirling vortex of water in it. Glinting at the bottom of the swirling water pool is a small sphere in the eye of the storm. Blue and white. Very dark blue. You can all see it.
Oh no.
Swirling vortex is marked in.
Gargantius, he takes as many steps back as he can, and he pushes back against the wall and keeps repeating, no, not again, no.
Right, Gargantius. You alright there?
Flashbacks.
Fair enough. Why
We're
don't you
not
go
going
out?
in there, right?
Why don't you go out with Brig
No.
for a minute? Brig,
Okay.
What?
do you think we need to deal with this
Hi.
to get through? The last...
I'd rather exhaust our other options first.
Fair enough.
I'm with Brig here.
I've done enough not listening to Brig
Anywhere but there.
recently, and it's probably time to listen to Brig.
So there's another pillar here with the little sphere on the stand thing, right?
There's a pillar off in the distance here.
Brig, as you come around that corner from right about where you're standing, you see a small ball. This is a hill, if you will, rising up away from you like a cave-in. It's slid down the earth. And there's a ball at the top of the hill, and it rolls down and rests a few feet in front of you about here. It's brown.
Do you see that?
Do I see that?
Nobody else sees it.
See
No.
what, lad?
See what? I can't
It's
see that
another one
far
of
in
those.
front of me anyway.
It's another one of those spheres.
Right, looks like it's your
apparently
turn.
one that only I can see.
If
I-
Brig touches that, he's not going to be Brig anymore.
I don't.
That's why I'm getting ready to
There-
duck behind this pillar.
There's still areas of this dungeon that we haven't explored. I'm not ready for that.
I don't want to put Brig through that
Brig,
after knowing what happens.
Brig. When will you be more
What,
ready
Harvick?
than now?
Never. And if there's a way for us to get out of here without me ever having to interact with that thing, that's what I'm going to do.
I think that's unlikely. Remember who put us here?
We don't know. We could weigh out our options. I like Brig's idea of not having to go through stuff
Remember who
on
put us
purpose.
here? Do you remember what
Maybe
he's like? Do you
there's
remember his
another way
motivation?
out.
How
Laughs.
I do
Maybe if we
understand.
make him laugh.
I am. Don't. Yes, I understand. Let's just put it at that.
Quick, Brig, tell a joke.
But I'm going to finish exploring the rest of the dungeon as quickly as I can. We've got to find Din, and if we can find Din before I do that, that's better than doing it after I do that. Frankly.
Fair enough.
Din, can you roll me a Constitution save, please?
Guys, down here, there's another door.
Is there a switch?
I don't know. I'll look.
Harbeck would like to inspect this pillar.
Din, you feel yourself getting sleepy?
Oh, great. Sleepy's good. Din realizes in her haze that if something randomly attacks her in this room with no windows or doors, a flute is not going to help. So she puts the flute away and has drawn both of her sabers and is holding one in each hand.
Okay. Harvick, the pillar looks identical to the pillar that you saw in the other room.
With the switch? I mean, the writing and stuff. Is there switch and orb?
Yes, like there's an orb that seems to be floating with that little thing underneath it.
So this door that Tavern found, are there any switches?
No switches there.
Gaps? Or is it flush with the...
Where did they go?
Completely flush.
Right.
Where did they go?
Oh,
They're coming back.
Go back to the
I
pillar.
noticed that
Harvick.
everyone's starting to pace up a bit, sort of panicking.
So, pillar, or do I touch the orb? Which do we think is more likely to lead us to Din?
Are we ready to
All of them, unfortunately.
do this again? I think.
Well, we should pick one and just do the one at a time.
Right, so I think if the pillars are shared experiences, that's what we ought to do, so that you don't have to do it by yourself. Right, and if those don't work, then you doing it by yourself is the last resort.
Let me try something first before we just. So what we really need is the switch that's under the orb, right? Let me see if there's any way that I can activate that switch without tripping the orb.
I have to find a way to get my powers back.
Or get new ones.
Touching a switch isn't going to do it. You don't understand. You don't just get new ones.
Well, different ones. Maybe not the same ones.
Maybe Buck can teach you how to fight like he's teaching me how to fight.
I'm gonna try to be all thiefy and activate the switch under the orb without breaking the orb or touching the orb and stuff.
Freak.
So you try and depress the switch from underneath the orb, and as you try and work around and try and get underneath the orb and try and depress the switch and grip it and pull it down and all of those sorts of fun things, you do manage to grip it and you do manage to pull it down. And as you pull it down, the sphere drops as well.
I reach out and grab
nothing
it.
happens.
It drops? Like, how does it drop?
Just like the...
Just
stays on the button and move down?
Yeah, it just moves down.
Okay.
It now
I don't
looks like
grab
it's
it.
attached to the pillar.
So no doors that we've looked at opened. We didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything, no.
No stone scraping on stone or anything like that.
Nope.
Brieg says some curse words. Says, "All right, go for it." And
I grab
gestures
the
towards
orb.
So you touch the orb on top of the pillar, was it? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. You touch the pillar and grab a handful of stone.
The orb is just a stone?
Yep.
Right, maybe this one's for me. I'll try.
You also grab a handful of stone.
Gigantius, you up for another go?
Well, they're over there playing with that. I'm gonna try this other one, which I assume is the same, the one over by the hill.
That's the one I inspected earlier that was the same.
Right, similar setup. So I'm gonna go see if my thieving works on this one. I'm really good at these tools.
You're really focusing on this task, apparently. Once again, you achieve the same thing.
And no sounds of stone sliding on stone, no effect for pursuing the switch.
No.
Okay.
There's an orb on this one as well.
A huge, like, deep breath, and then try and grab the spear as well. And he closes his eyes as he does it.
You grab a handful of stone.
So
Do they move
I
off,
open my
or they
eyes and I'm
start-
like, oh, it's not me this time.
Right, so we can't fail Din. We've got to find her, and I think that this water vortex might be about the best plan that we've got.
So, having already come to that conclusion, I'm in there working my mage hand into the vortex to see if I can grab the whatever the little sphere is out of it.
Okay. You swipe at the thing and your mage hand passes straight through it.
Okay, I will try to wring the water to calm this. Calm down, water. I have this ring. It does watery stuff.
As you calm down the water, the pool slows. You definitely feel in tune with this. This is definitely water. And as the pool slows and the vortex slows and the pool becomes flat, you lose sight of the object at the bottom of the pool.
Well, that's unusual.
Can you
Right.
Can you move the water and create a path to it?
Can you Moses
That
it?
once I did that before in the swamp for a moment. We can see if I can still achieve that. So I'll try to, a roundabout where the orb was in the middle of the pool. I'll try to, divide the waters. Moses it.
Arian, do you swim? Can you go get it, boy?
Another sarcastic head cock.
You might just be able to walk. I got a 27 on the part to water check.
It's probably deep, right? Like, how far down does it go?
How good is Harbeck
It is
at
very
reading
deep.
animal emotions? Do I get that he's sarcastic at me? Is he super obvious?
Arian has grown up with a human in his life,
Yeah.
and there's definitely been a bit of cross-learning there. I believe you can pick up the very sarcastic head cock. As
Okay,
in,
fine.
are you serious?
What would you like me? How would you like to be addressed then? Clearly, the patronizing way that we usually speak to animals is not appropriate. I'm sorry. I mean to show you all due respect. Can you get the thing?
And any success spreading the water out so that we can see the thing on the bottom of the pool.
As you spread the water, so you release your concentration on calming the pool, and the pool starts to swirl again, and you spread the water, and you do not see the object.
Right, so whatever the thing is, it obviously is somehow intrinsically connected to that whirlpool. I don't have any suggestions except that probably Gargantia should not be the one that goes in after it.
No, we'll do it.
Don't, really?
Yeah.
Do you think that's wise?
I want to get out of here. I really do. No more, please.
Does it come back when he lets the water go? Can we see the thing again?
Yes, so after he lets the water go and the whirlpool starts up, you see it resting at the bottom of the pool. It's about 30 feet deep. It's a long way down.
All right.
So, after de-armoring, and Gargantius is just about naked almost, he dives into the shallow end and lets the whirlpool take him to the interior.
Let's
a
get
pillar.
the rope
what you're
on you
doing.
first. We'll heave you out of there. If you go underwater, hold your breath. We'll heave you out before you drown.
Right. So, if you tug twice sharply on the rope, we'll just pull you out, whether you've made it to the
Okay.
bottom or not. 2 sharp pulls, and we get you out.
Here goes nothing.
Harbeck?
You guys can hear Din. She's shouting Harbeck's name.
Din! Harbeck, let's go of the rope.
Where are you?
Do we have a
And I fall
direction?
in.
I'm in a room. It's very dark. There are doors, but they don't open. They've been sealed shut. Tabarin, can you unseal the doors?
Can she hear us? Did you say doors?
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Harbeck runs. Are the doors at on 2 separate
They're
walls?
not on the same wall. Yes. Yes.
I think she's in here.
Um.
I can see through the doors. I don't think I'm supposed to, Ken.
I don't know which direction is which, so I don't know
Yes.
how to tell you
You're
which side
supposed
of
to be
the
able to see
Oh.
the doors.
where the doors are on.
Because I remembered these 2 doors around this corner from each other. Din!
Is everyone ignoring that Gargantius is inside the whirlpool?
No, I've got the rope. Luckily,
Harbeck,
people get real
you
light when
with
they're
your
in water.
dark vision can see Din. She's huddled up, hugging her pack, clutching both of her swords, in a room that is pitch black. It's dark in there. Like, it's not unnatural darkness. It's just
Just
dark, and
Okay.
Din is human.
And the doors are open?
Yep.
Huh. I'll walk in and get her. Din!
Okay.
Harbeck. Oh, wait, are you really Harbeck?
I'm really Harbeck. We need your help. The magic rope is helping Gargantia swim for a thing, and I was supposed to be holding onto it, and I'm not holding onto it. Come with me.
Yep, that's Harbeck.
And I'll grab her by the hand and run off with her feet, like, probably barely keeping up so she doesn't fall over. And run back here to grab the rope. Because I found Din, she's okay.
Brig, can I have a strength check from you to see if you can hang on to Gargantius on the end of this rope?
I don't know where you
I
went.
don't need to make any.
Oh, there you are. I found you.
18.
An 18. You do manage to hold onto the rope after Harbeck let go of it and ran off. You managed to grab hold of it and hang on to Gargantius, but it is taking an amazing amount of effort to do so. But you are successfully stopping him from slipping down into the watery depths.
When Herbert comes back, I'm going to say, I'd like to point out that I weigh something like 50 pounds. Leaving me to be the anchor of this little adventure was probably not the best choice.
Right,
But I'm really glad that Din is here.
Why weren't Tabarin and Arian helping you? I went to get Din, she's the strongest one.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Right, so
You don't know what
Gargantius
we're
is
doing?
down
In the
there
water.
in the water, probably drowning, and he's tied to the rope, so you'll want to hold the rope so we don't lose him forever.
I hold the
We're
rope.
waiting. We're waiting to feel 2 sharp tugs, and then we're going to pull as quickly as we can.
Gargantius,
Arian, you should help us hold this rope.
Arian will help. Gargantius, you do get down to the bottom of the whirlpool, and while you can't see, it's very difficult to see down in the depths. You fumble around and manage to grasp hold of a small round sphere.
I'll tug the rope twice really hard, and I'm holding onto the thing for dear life.
All right,
That's one way to anchor the rope.
pull them back
What are
up
we doing?
as quickly as we can. It's time to pull.
Combine strength check. Do the strengths.
I
Right
got those in
order.
the right order.
Natural 20.
Oh, maybe I was better holding the rope than Harbeck.
See?
I realized that I'm stronger than you.
See, I do take into account opposed weight in this kind of check. It's important.
You have to put a D in front of that.
I know, I forgot the thing.
The fat guy's good at tug of war because
I
he's
should be
fat,
less heavy.
not because he's strong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Basically. Right. It takes a lot of effort. Like, you thought it would be quite easy to pull him out. And you heave with all of your strength. Some of you more than others. And it does. It takes a really hefty amount of effort. In fact, if you hadn't exerted yourselves so much, you're not quite sure you would have actually been able to pull him out. But with the help of everybody in the party, you do manage to drag him out of the watery vortex and back up onto dry land. And once he's out of the watery vortex, it vanishes, leaving an empty, dry pit.
How many times do I have to drown, like almost drown today?
3,
Did you
probably.
drink all of the water?
You've got 2 out of the way. You'll be all
I
right.
think. So what did you find?
This.
So each of you actually, well, not all of you, those of you who've grabbed a small sphere should have things in your inventory.
Oh.
Handouts.
I don't have one of those yet.
Oh, okay. I do.
I have Harbeck's journal, party journal, and mysterious cipher.
Did you not get your
In your
thing?
inventory?
I have 2 things: the blizzard and the dark
In your
ocean.
journal in roll
In your
20.
inventory?
In
No, in
Did
your,
I give
No,
this
no,
to
no,
you?
handouts.
in roll.
the
Handout.
Oh,
Yeah,
strange object.
I don't
Just
have
showed up.
anything.
I have 2 of them. Which one should I have?
The 2 that you've got.
Okay.
Okay, I have a thing titled Strange Object.
Okay.
So continuing the conversation, Harbeck, I think I'm going to be scared of boats along with you now.
It's good to hear someone else talking sense.
So once Gargantius is all safe, Grieg very surreptitiously, he's good at moving surreptitiously, starts moving back this way.
Right, so now that Gargantius has acquired that sphere, we might try the pillars again.
What are we trying?
Oh,
There's another
some
room
sewer?
we've yet to enter.
Oh, hey, Den!
we saw a pillar like this before, and we broke the sphere on top of it, and everything was terrible for a couple of minutes, and then there was a button that let us through a door so that we could continue searching through this dungeon. I think these 2 pillars might have opened the 2 doors next to you. Now that
Big.
I think
Harbeck?
of the coincidence between the numbers.
The bowl.
Harbeck?
Yes.
Thanks for saving me. I knew you wouldn't leave me. And Din sort of tackles Harbeck in a bear hug.
Harbeck slides 6 inches
Time
back,
stops.
planting his feet and trying not to fall over.
Time stops for a moment. Brig. Rising out of the earth, the loamy soil and dirt in front of you is a figure that you recognize all too well. An elven man brandishing a sword, whose sting you've felt on multiple occasions.
Somewhat to his surprise, Briggs' initial reaction is to summon his 2 daggers from their extra-dimensional gloves. And then he's a little bit surprised that was his initial reaction. And he kind of...
As you try to summon the 2 daggers from your gloves, they don't appear, and as you glance down, you find yourself in the same dirty robe that you wore once long ago.
Brig kind of closes his eyes and shakes his head a little bit and tries to make it all go away, and then opens his eyes again and looks at the elf that I assume is still there.
Yes, he is.
You're not here.
Yes, I am. You thought you could escape. We'll never stop hunting you.
Not alone anymore.
Do you think your friends can protect you?
And I know what's happening in my head. I know what it is now.
I look forward to you telling me. And as you look down, you see shackles around your wrists and ankles.
So, Brig tries to close his eyes and center himself on Baravar and make that be a thing that happens.
The connection that you've felt ever since the first time you and Baravar spoke is gone. You're alone. In fact, you don't feel any of the nagging presence in your mind that you've felt your entire life. It's almost like it's empty.
But I don't need to go back. I'm better.
Exactly what an insane man would say.
I'm not going back.
The man fades from existence. You find yourself back in your comfortable clothes. And you guys can continue the conversation you were having before.
Good to see you, Din.
From his little squat to pick up the stone just down to his knees and starts crying softly.
Harbeck is still being tackled by Din, right? Like, this happened at exactly the same time that I was
Yes.
getting clobbered.
Yep.
So my back then, I'm facing Din. My back is to Brig, and I don't know that he has just done his thing. So I'm going to pat Din on the back and mumble just under my breath, hoping no one hears. Never again. In response to, I knew you wouldn't leave me. In case the context there was missing from the interlude. Never again.
Yep. Din is crying a little bit.
And we'll find out how Brig handles his little event after we get back on the next episode of Legends of Valcia. If you're watching on YouTube, the next episode will be up shortly. If you're watching on Twitch live right now, we'll be back in about 3 minutes. We'll see you then.